Yes, I am burning sage right now because it is January 1st, and I was like, I had this whole plan of doing a Proverbs series. I had this whole plan of bringing insight and let's explore Proverbs through uh, metaphysics, but it just wasn't resonating with me. My notes weren't resonating with me. Planning this out wasn't resonating with me. And what it comes down to is in this year, as we're moving forward, no longer are we structuring and limiting our intuition. No longer are we performing. Not that I've ever performed, but always wanting to fit into these social media algorithmic experiences just so that my videos can get pushed to the aligned persons. And that's not what it's about. No longer are we allowing ourselves to be mismatched from what it is that we actually desire. The thing is, there is no book, right? So when I first became a mother and had children, people would say there's no manual on parenthood, and there's no manual. As many entrepreneurial speaker books and um, all these books that are available to us to develop us in whatever faction of life that we're in, it still doesn't take away from the actual blueprint that comes from within. The actual blueprint that says, this is your path. This is what you're supposed to be on. Earlier today, I found myself feeling overwhelmed. I found myself feeling um, frustrated because I'm like, it's the new year. And I just felt the pressure. Oh my gosh, the pressure. I didn't write resolutions. I didn't write goals. I didn't create a vision board. I didn't create a bingo card. I didn't do anything outside of myself other than who do I want to be and what do I want to experience. I had the opportunity to learn all of my 2025 lessons. And so now here we are on January 1st of 2026, and I'm having a breakdown because I'm like, I haven't made a video in a while, and what do you want me to say to the people? When this is what I was supposed to be saying to the people. We try to discipline our intuition instead of trusting it. We try to fit our intuitive nature into a box instead of trusting it and allowing it to lead us, right? And so, as much as I say and live by my divinity lives my humanity, I'm still a human, y'all. I'm still a human. And because I'm still a human, I still have the same challenges that we all have. We're meant to navigate through it. So I wanted to read this little note. And flow does not come from commitment. Flow comes from consent. Flow does not come from commitment. It comes through consent. Are we giving ourselves permission to show up as the version of ourselves that we desire to be? Right? And so today I had to sit and journal before I made this video, and I was like, okay, Amber, what did you accomplish today? And why do you feel like you had to accomplish something today? What is this pressure that you're putting on yourself? And so in my journaling, the way that my spirit showed me is if I'm saying, okay, the universe is my sugar daddy and I get whatever I want, then that means there's no rush to it, right? Then we have to remember the gestation periods that come from conception to birth, right? It is a time period of learning and growing and nurturing, right? When you're growing life as a divine feminine, you have to have your water, your ice, your vitamins, healthy food, going walking, stretching, adequate sleep. These are all the things that you have to put into in growing life inside of you. And it's no different than our manifestations. We have these great manifestations that are inside of us, that are conceived inside of us. And at the same time, we have to also nurture them, water them, take the vitamins, stretch, rest, recover, sing lullabies to it, this whole experience. And so the other analogy that came up for me was being in a candy store, right? You're being taken into a candy store, a toy store. Think of whatever store you want, a jewelry store, a car store, or a dealership or whatever. And whomever you're there with, right? Because they like to spoil you, right? It could be your sugar daddy, your sugar mama, whomever. And they say, okay, you can get whatever you want in this store. You can have whatever you want. And lack and greed say, I'm going to go in, I'm going to grab everything. Give me all of these cars, give me all of this, give me all of that. Without knowing that you may be going to a next desirable place, without knowing that you may be going to a next desirable experience. And so even without knowing what's next, in that moment, if you're rushing to just grab everything off the shelf, if you're rushing to just fill your candy bag with all the candy in the store, right? And I was explaining this to my girls earlier. If I was doing that, and I know I have a nut allergy, and I'm not reading, I'm not taking my time, I'm just putting all the candy in there, and now I'm just opening candy. I don't remember the names of the candy, I don't remember the ingredients. Now I pick up a candy that's detrimental to me, specifically, as an individual, right? That means I'm picking up someone else's, but I want this because I have the ability to have it. When the true question is, what is for me and what is in alignment for me? This video is for the aligned persons. Y'all know who I'm talking to. We got this, y'all. We got this. It doesn't always feel easy, though. I'm aware of that. It doesn't always feel easy. And because it doesn't always feel easy, we get frustrated. But y'all, let me tell you, it's the pressure. You are a gem. It is the pressure of creation, right? When you are growing life as a divine feminine, if you're a divine masculine or you're a divine feminine who never gave birth, the example of this is there's pressure inside your organs. There's pressure. Your body is shifting to make room for the other human life that's inside of you. And so you feel that pressure in your abdomen, in your pelvic area. You feel that pressure everywhere. And so Spirit is saying the pressure is because you're about to give birth to your vision. You're giving birth to a new version of yourself. You're giving birth to your creations. You're giving birth to your new identity. You're giving birth to your manifestations. You're giving birth to the things that you desire. They're coming into your field. So now we're inside of this candy store, and instead of us being greedy and not paying attention and saying, oh, I'll never have this opportunity, we take our time and we walk around the candy store. We ask the salespeople for feedback, their thoughts on things. What do they think about this? What do they think about that? And because we take our time, because time is subjective, right? Time is an illusion. One of my affirmations every day is, I have enough time to do the things I need to do with enough time to spare to do the things I want to do. I have enough time to do the things I need to do with enough time to do the things that I want to do. So what happens is when you are saying, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta go here, this is what I gotta do, I gotta, you are now forcing yourself, your spirit, your mind, your heart into a container that your body and spirit is like, no, absolutely not. Like, this is not working for us. And so that was what was happening to me, because I was like, oh my God, I got to do 31 days of Proverbs, when Spirit might just be telling me, no, Amber, you have to do 31 days of coming on this YouTube channel. You have to do 31 days of showing up and speaking to the Aligned Collective. There's no right or wrong to this. This is only about alignment. This is only about ease and effortlessness. So even as I'm speaking to y'all and speaking through this video, I'm like, aha. This is it. This is the Proverbs. I am the proverb. I am the wise counsel. I am the one here sharing through my experience. And it's not about anyone else. I also had an experience, and I'm gonna tell you guys this too. As you are growing and becoming, and you are doing this identity expansion, as you are growing and becoming, and you are doing this identity expansion, you may see people who have what it is that you already desire, and they're happy and they're healthy, and you might see it on social media or in real life, and you get this twinge. And you're like, okay, am I jealous? Am I envious? Am I this? And you're not any of those things. what's happening is your awareness is recognizing your 3D reality, and it's saying, we're not there. We should be there. But the reality is, if you got a 500 credit score today, there's no way tomorrow you're going to have that 800. But if you're doing the work that is in alignment with that 800 credit score, give yourself 6 months to a year, 6, 3, 6. Now, I don't know, right? I ain't a credit specialist, right? But you give yourself the gestation period to keep doing. When I was building my credit to buy my house years ago, I woke up, I just woke up and I was like, oh my God, I got a 750. Like, oh my God, how did this happen? But I was making sure my credit was 30% utilization. I was making sure I was circulating my money. I was making sure of this. I was making sure of that. I was doing all these things that I needed to do to become that version of me. And I picked up one of my old ask, receive, act book. I guess I gotta make that book back. I guess I gotta make that back. Ask, receive, act, because this is not the first time that it slipped out of my mouth, but it was a manifestation journal that I use. And in there, it was like, I love using my rose gold Amex. Y'all, I have a rose gold Amex. I have a Delta Amex. I have a platinum Amex. And I'm like, I built myself to have those experiences, but they once were a dream. And I remember going to lunch and dinner with a few sister friends and seeing them pull out their cards, and I was like, oh wow, I was so giddy about it. So like even this morning, right, when I seen those few things on social media where I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the body that I want, and I want to be on a beach on that New Year, and I want this, and I want to fly on a private jet, and this is part of the identity that I'm becoming. But I had to pause, right? And I had to shift from the twinge of I'm not there to whatever may have felt like jealousy or envy to, oh, this person is reminding me that this is what I'm asking for. And so then you allow yourself to lean into that experience and say, that's me. Look at me looking so good. Look at me doing this. Look at me driving that car. Look at me with that new chopper. Look at me doing this. Look at me doing that. Look at me having the things that I said I was going to have. Because if you really reflect on it right now, Rich Lifer, you're sitting in a manifestation. I'm literally sitting in a manifestation. How dare I be sad? I'm literally sitting in a manifestation, looking at a manifestation, right? I'm on my Mac, my iMac. And I remember being a kid when it was them fat iMacs, and they had the purple and the orange and the blue and the cyan and the red and the pink, and they were in the school library, and we had to learn the QWERTY typing and stuff. I used to say, I wanted one of these. I'm going to have an iMac one day. I'm going to have an iMac one day. And here I am when I have this, when I opened this, oh my God, my inner child, she was just like, oh my God, we have an iMac. Oh my God, we have an iMac. Oh my God, we have an iMac. I'm looking at my manifestation. This morning, I have a Peloton. And so even manifesting that, when I was on a ride this morning, it started to challenge me. Just 5 minutes in, y'all. It started to challenge me. And so I was like, okay, I should stop. And I stopped it twice. And it was like, okay, what's the feedback? Is this class too hard? And I was like, difficult. But it was an advanced beginner class where you get up out the seat. 1, 2, 3. And you know what? I got back on it. And I hit resume. And I was like, I'm going to do this because this is the version of myself that how am I going to be the version of myself that I say I am and not do the things that align with the version of myself that I say I am? And so that's why I'm even glad, like, it's the art of the push through. I have this article on LinkedIn, and it's called The Art of the Follow Up. And I think I put the art of the push through, but maybe that might be my Rich Life letter that I put out, to my collective on LinkedIn, the art of the push through, because we have to push through. It's like, even when you're in labor and delivery, you have to push. It's painful. You got to push through, because if not, it can't come into fruition. So you're going to have those labor pains. You're going to have the challenging times and moments. But the art of the push through, You gonna be a yeah, I don't. You want me? I'm gonna admit. You want me? You gonna be soft? You gonna punk out? You gonna punk out? You gonna punk out? No, you're not gonna punk out. So because you're not gonna punk out, you gotta push through. And guess what I did? I did that whole ride. When it came to some of the resistance, I may not have been able to do every single resistance, but I adjusted to my level at the time. And I said, okay, I'm going to build up to this. And I bookmarked that workout. And I said, this is the workout that I'm going to do every single day. Every single day, because I deserve that. I deserve that experience. I deserve showing up for myself. I am worth showing up for myself. You are worth showing up for yourself, Rich Lifer. And that is your January 1st message. You are worth showing up for yourself. You are worth the push through. If you're a diamond and you're creating this magical, this abundant, this prosperous life, you have to push through. You have to push through. And there's no right or wrong to any of it. You get to. You get to. You get to. You get to. I'm so glad that I still chose to make a video, because I was like, how I wanted to get off my Peloton bike and just be like, I'm done with this. I'll just go to the gym and just lift weights, which I'm still going to go to the gym and do that. But that was an easy way out. There's no easy way out, and there's no easy way in. There's only the aligned way. And you can make it effortless, or you can allow it to be challenging. Now, when the challenges come, they're here for character building purposes only. I really live a life where I create my structure. So prior to even coming on this video, while I was having a hard time, where I was like, oh, we got to do Proverbs, and we got to do Proverbs 1, and we got to go to 31, and then I got, what are the themes, and let me write it out, what are the notes, and it just did not feel good. But prior to that, when I was journaling, my spirit was like, your structure is flow. Everybody has a different structure. I am not those planner girls, okay? I tried it at one point in my life. I'm too neurospicy. I don't know. I'm just too neurospicy to be a planner girl with the stickers and the this and to put it on there. But I will add it to my calendar so I can get the reminder so I won't forget. But as far as like, I thrive in my flow. I thrive in how I create my ease and my effortless. I thrive. And so, y'all, all you got to do is push through. I'm very proud of you. If you are here with me, if you're rocking with me, I love you, love you, love you. If you aren't already, join my email list, www.arichbook.com. Stay connected. That's where I send the gems. No spammy stuff, no none of that. Come get the gems. Be a part of the Rich Life Collective. Thank you for being here. If this resonated with you, please share this video, like, subscribe, drop a comment down. Tell me what you're pushing through, what you're growing through. Tell me how amazing your 2026 is going to be. I love you, love you, love you. And until next time.